Father Principal, Father Rosner Khalko, esteemed parents, dear teachers, and my beloved students. We are immensely pleased to witness this occasion. It is the hard work and shared dedication which has enabled us to celebrate this day. As we mentioned, each student is very precious to us, and so you all are very precious. Each individual of you is a gift of God to us. As the potter, we try to mold you and give you a shape to live your life to the service of the nation. This day do not come in just a fraction of a second. To celebrate such occasions, we need the inputs of so many. Right from the day of your toddler's life, when you learn to spell out the alphabets, it's your mother who teaches you how to write A, B, C, D. Then your junior school teachers frame you to frame sentences. And finally, the high school and the +2 makes you to write the essays. And then you shoulder the responsibility of your family, your neighbor, your society, your nation, and finally you become a global citizen. We are immensely pleased to felicitate some of the success achievers of 2023-24 who are with us this morning. And Father Principal said that why not they speak to our students so that they learn how they have managed to achieve the success that they are in today. Especially for the class 10 students, it will be an opportunity to know how you can prepare yourself in the coming years. And is it absolutely necessary to venture out of your town to get this success? So may I now request our Honorable Father Principal to please welcome our students of the batch of 24 and felicitate them with a memento which they can treasure. Father, please could you come to the stage? I'd like to introduce the achievers of this year. Mind it, there are many achievers of this year, but we are only felicitating those who were in the current batch of 24 at St. Xavier's. There are many who you can see in the notice board have achieved a milestone. But we are just today felicitating those who were in the session 2023-24 and have made their position in some of the prime institutions. Again, don't take this, as an offense that we do not have students from humanities and commerce section because they were not available in the town. They have started their classes at various places. So we could not invite them. I requested, but they could not come because they are engaged with their classes. It's not that we do not acknowledge the success achievers of arts and commerce. They are also equally honored, but unfortunately they could not. And we chose this day today because the students who are here today will soon be joining their institutions at various medical and engineering colleges. One of them could make it today because they do not have a Saturday class at BIT Misra. So those who were able to come, we have called them. Please do not put a rumor that the school do not honor commerce and art students. They are equally important and they are also acknowledged at times. So let me call upon Mr. Rajkumar Rana, who was in the math section. You know, he topped the school this year and I've got the scholarship. He got into the NDA, National Defense Academy. We'd like to hear from him. What did he do and how did he manage with the school to get into this prime institution of NDA? Let me now call Raj Pande. He got into mechanical engineering in BIT Mishra. Now let me call Dianu Gorov. You know he was your vice captain. He has achieved his position at PMCH, Patna Medical College and Hospital at Patna, Bihar. And today, last but not the least, is Aditya Arav. He had made his position into IIT, but he decided not to join IIT because he was keen in medical, and therefore he has joined RIMS, Rajendra Institute of Medical Sciences. These are not the only ones, there are many more, but as I mentioned, they were available in the town, so we called them today, so that you can hear directly from them. Before I invite them on the podium, I request our Honorable Father Principal to please put a few words.
Dear parents, dear teachers and my students, good morning once again. Day is clear, what for we are here. Purpose is clear. Still few things I would like to add. As Deborah sir was telling here, cura personalis, one of the Jesuit character. Cura personalis means individual care. The students who come under our care, we make sure that individual care is given, whether others understand or not. Sometimes our individual care becomes so much that parents get irritated. They think that we are harassing them. But their way of understanding, not our way. Our way of understanding is we want to mold the child like a potter, and we want to really give the child the right direction so that whatever qualities, the character he has, he grows positively. This is what I am asking you, don't take me as a model, but here are the models for you, academic side. Sometimes we take example from outside somewhere. Among you only, just 1 year senior to you, they have shown what the success is, what the hard labor can bring to you. They were with you only. Did you ever realize that what is there? Always we have a doubt among our own friends. But here is the clear example. So, what I want is, take inspiration from such students, friends, who are very close to you, among you only. And by sharing, we'll hear how they have worked out, and that can be to a positively you can take it, and then your life also will be shining in the future. It's not my day, theirs day. Since we have begun, definitely now we'll continue this felicitation coming years too. So the next will be your turn. Be ready, show your caliber, show your success. Surely you will be coming on the stage. That's my assurance. If I am here, till I am here, sure assurance. So with these words, may God bless not only those four, definitely all of us in our endeavors, in our hard work, and with abundant blessing, He may bless with a lot of success, not only in academic side, in our future, so that we carry out the values, true Xavierian values, and we come back like a true Xavierian. Thank you once again to each one of you. Thank you.
I'm pretty sure you would love to listen to them, not to us, because it's their day to day. So I will just mention the order in which they will come one by one, express their feelings, views, whatever they wish. At the end, I may take up the discussion with a few questions with them. Then at the end, students, you are free to ask any question if you have. And we have two esteemed parents also. If they wish to ask something, they can also ask questions from them. All right, so the order would be, first will be Rajkumar Rana, followed by Raj Pande, Divyanshu, and finally Aditya Arav.
Respected Father Principal, Vice Principal, teachers, parents, and all my dear friends. A very warm good morning to all of you present here. Let me first introduce myself. I am Rajkumar Rana, have come from Kendriya Vidyalaya Hazaribagh after completion of my class 10th to this school. Basically, this decision was taken by my parents to shift in this school. But after completing 2 years here, I feel very satisfied by their decision. So I have recently qualified the National Defence Academy examination, and my joining will be on January. I would like to share the experience of my journey to the National Defence Academy. First of all, there is a thought like, why do you want to join these type of academies? So this was when I was in class 10th. I made it in my mind that I will join armed forces just like my father. Yes, I do belong to an army background. My father is currently serving in Bihar regiment. And from then onwards, my mind was totally focused to join National Defence Academy. I took the PCM stream as I was interested in. And I would also like to tell the students of class 10th that the stream you choose now is very important. After class 11th, you need to choose the stream in which you are interested at, not looking like peer pressures or any other parental pressure. You should know that what you are interested in and focus on that. So my preparation was started last year in June, when I prepared for my first written examination, which was being held on 3rd September. It took a lot of time management with the class 12th and NDA syllabus, because it is too vast. You need to cover all the subjects, including all the sectors. After that, I qualified my written, but unfortunately, I could not qualify my first SSB interview, which was being held in Bhopal. I got little hurt, but I did not lose morale. Then I focused towards my JEE mains and boards examination. I studied again. I focused on all 3 subjects and other subjects which were required. And coincidentally, I scored 97 in both. I scored in boards and JEE mains as well. I cleared the both. Then I did not lose hope of my real ambition. My ambition was still to become an army officer. After that, I cleared my written again, which was held on 21st of April. And then I prepared. I took guidance from some of the officers in my father's regiment. They did help a lot in my preparation. They let me know my mistakes which I had done in the previous attempt. With this, I finally cleared the SSB interview on 30th of July 2024. It took a lot of hard work and consistency, but if we look back, then definitely it feels worth it. It's not about NDA, engineering, medical. It's all about how stubborn you are, how ziddi you are. If you feel that you can do anything, then definitely you will do it. I would just like to share one experience. When I was in SSB, one of the officers told us that those who deserve it will definitely get it. So you should be always working on making yourself desiring and deserving. On a concluding note, I would like to say, work hard, stay consistent and disciplined. And I always say to all my friends that be confident, stay calm, and believe in yourself. No one can stop you. Thank you.
Honorable Principal, teachers, office staff, parents of the student, my dear colleagues, students, and everyone present here. First of all, I would like to thank you all for the privilege of giving me the opportunity to be present on this prestigious stage. So, good morning, Xavierians. This is Raj Pande, currently a student of BTech at BIT Mishra, Mechanical Engineering. I have been selected in my first attempt of the JEE Mains examination, which was held in January 2024. It is the result of the unwavering support, dedication, and guidance provided by my teachers. I am very thankful for this great chance to share my overall experience of my journey of success, starting from the very beginning of my schooling life at St. Xavier's. Further, I would like to mention here some of the points worthy to be followed by the student during preparation phases. First, dream big and work hard. That's a lesson I learned here. This school has always encouraged me to think beyond the limits and strive for excellence. I want each one of you to know that your dreams are within your reach, but you must be ready to put in the efforts and achieve that. The struggle today is the success tomorrow. Failures are stepping stones. During my journey, I faced many challenges. Some of them are scoring less marks in tests, could not able to manage all the 3 PCM subjects, etc. Every time I felt I was guided and inspired to get back up stronger. And this resilience is what took me forward. Don't be afraid of mistakes, but rather learn from them. Third, never underestimate the power of persistence. It's not always about the most talented, but about being the most determined. The environment at this school, combined with the mentorship I received, has always been instrumental in preparing me for the challenges ahead in life. Now let's talk about the challenges faced by me as an aspirant during preparation phase. First, especially for class 10th, many of you must be thinking of going to outside Jharkhand for higher studies, for preparation of medical and engineering. But as per record, it says that most of the students who do regular schooling plus online coaching has got the success. In my college itself, 70 to 75% of the students, they were all regular schooler, and as well as they all had done their coaching from online. This has helped to manage both boards and JEE examination. Secondly, many of the students of 11th and 12th, they must be giving some tests, and maybe they will get some low marks at starting, but don't get demotivated, because it's the first step towards your goal. And the questions which you are solving, which you are getting correct, that you will also be able to solve on the examination. Focus on that questions which you are not able to solve, because that will help to keep your performance great. Managing all the 3 PCM subjects as well as boards is very important, because you have to get prepared for MCQs in the JEE examination, and in the boards you have to go for the subjective ones. So try to focus on PCM and also the other subjects for your boards as well, because boards and JEE both are important. If you score in one and you fail in other, then it is not possible to get admission. And especially for class 12th, I would like to suggest that please give January attempt seriously, because it's less competitive, and you will be able to get more percentile in low marks. So lastly, I would say, believe in yourself. Lastly, I encourage my juniors to have faith in their abilities. You are capable of great things if you trust yourself and the process. Dream big, work hard, and always believe the guidance of your teachers. Thank you, and wish you a successful life ahead.
Good morning, everyone. As Sir has said already said, my name is Dianu Gorov, and in class 10th, I had scored 99.4% in my boards. Thereafter, I decided to stay in the school itself for my 11th and 12th and pursue my career in NEET. So subsequently, I scored 641 out of 720 in my NEET 2024, followed by 96.4% in boards. So first of all, I'll start by thanking the school and the principal, Reverend Father Principal Roshna Khalko, and the Vice Principal of High School and Plus 2 for honoring me and calling me on this stage so that I could share my experiences with the juniors. I would also like to thank the teachers who have been guiding me throughout this journey. So as Sir had asked me to firstly address the students of class 10th, so I'll be doing that first. For me, I would say that class 10th is a time where you can enjoy and maybe focus on your studies as well. It is not that you have to study all the time, give 1 to 2 hours daily, be consistent, then you will do well in your examinations. The most important part would be that you should focus on your NCERT textbooks. Rather than going outside and searching for short notes, ready-made notes, or anyone else's notes, it would be better that you read your NCERT textbooks once, twice, thrice, and make your own notes. And lastly, since you have a lot of time between now and your board examinations, I would suggest that you utilize this time learning new words, inculcating that in your vocabulary, and improving your writing skills. That would help you score better in your board examinations. Now, moving on to class 11th and 12th, the first question that arises is that why did I choose biology as my stream? So firstly is that I didn't like maths that much, so I wanted to get away from that as soon as possible. And secondly, I thought that engineering as in a field is too much saturated. I may be wrong, but I felt that it is a very saturated field, and it would be better that I opt for medical. So from class 11th itself, I joined St. Xavier School for schooling and purchased an online platform so that I could study in the school, and after that would do the online lectures in my home. So it would be like revision to me. I could study in the school and at the same time revise whatever happened in the school through those lectures. Secondly, the question arises is that why didn't I go outside to study? I think that with so many online platforms coming, the level of content they provide is at par with the level of offline content that they provide elsewhere. So I think it would be better, means it's your choice that if you want to go outside, then it's your choice. But I felt that staying with your parents and having that peaceful environment at your home helps you study better. A genuine piece of advice for the students who are appearing for NEET is that please don't neglect test series. I neglected the test series and I didn't do so well in NEET. So I would suggest that give your tests, even if you give part tests, give them. Because it will help you to manage time, and it happens that in the exam you'll see that you cannot solve one question, and then you'll feel like that, what do I do? Panic will start hitting you. So if you are given ample number of tests, you will be comfortable with such situations. And secondly, if at the starting of the year itself you have decided that you want to stay at the school, do schooling and study from online platforms, I would suggest that don't let backlogs build up because they are very troublesome. Take out time every day and clear your backlogs as soon as possible. Few things to keep in mind before your NEET examination is that whatever you have done in this 1 or 2 years doesn't matter if you mess up in that last 1 month before the NEET. Because at that time you are going to have a mental breakdown. You will start scoring less in your test series. Whatever you have learned the formulae or whatever you have learned in biology, you'll start forgetting them all. So rather than panicking, read your books again and again, and don't let that panic come with you in the examination room. Give the examination with peaceful mind and do well in your examinations. So I think that's all. I have been brief and precise, and if I have missed anything, my friend Aditya would take up from that. So thank you for being Thank you for listening me. Thank you very much.
So a very warm good morning to all of you present here. Now, firstly, I would like to thank all my teachers, Father Principal, Vice Principals, and all of you here, because you are all a part of my journey. Now, wherever I'll go, I'll carry a part of all of you with myself. The experiences, the learnings, and everything. Now, coming to what I'm here for. Myself, Aditya Arav, I have been a student at this very institute for 13 long years. And in those 13 years, there have been thousands of lessons I've learned from inside as well as outside textbooks. Now, before I delve deeper into this, a gentle reminder from my side. I stand here today not to tell you all what decision to make. In fact, nobody should tell you what to decide. It is you who makes your own decisions. But I am here to share my knowledge and my experience, whatever bit of it I have with me, and I strongly feel that should help you in your decision making. Now, if you could just allow me a small repeat telecast of my recent achievements. I have scored 685 initially out of 720 in my NEET exam, the medical entrance exam. And along with that, I've also scored above 99 percentile in my JEE exam, and a slightly better rank in JEE Advanced. Not better than NEET, better than JEE Mains. And along with all these, in simple or in your quota factory language, I have cracked into IIT and medical in my first attempt. Now, listening to this set of exams, you might have guessed my subjects in plus 2 were PCMB. Now, I'm often asked this question, why I chose PCMB as my subject. The first answer I give that I chose PCBM. That doesn't make any practical difference, but this sentence is a reminder to myself that biology has been my priority. It's not about loving biology more. I don't hate maths. I really love maths, but it is about having one fixed target in your life. You should know what you're doing. That was the purpose why I knew I was doing PCMB. Now, I chose biology because the profession of a doctor fascinates me way more than any profession. And in my opinion, I don't even think that the profession of a doctor is comparable to any other. That is why I chose biology. Now, why I chose maths as my optional subject is because it was me who found that subject easy. I realized that I could score well in maths with relatively lesser efforts, and that was perfect to be my optional subject. So the takeaway you should have from here is that I considered my interest, my abilities, and my preferences while making a decision. So you should consider your abilities, your preferences, and your interests while making your decision. Don't blindly copy or follow anyone, because one size won't fit all of you. Now, another thing that I'm asked quite often is how I attempted these different exams. You see, this is where perspective comes into play. People look at me and ask, how do you do medical and engineering and boards and all of them? I honestly don't look at them as all different exams. I look at all of them as the same bunch of subjects: physics, chemistry, biology, and maths. The level of application is quite different. The way in which it is asked, it is all quite different. But overall, it is the knowledge. So the second takeaway you should have from here is it is the knowledge that you should chase. It is the subjects that you should master, and it is the skills that you should develop. The exams are just a ritual that will follow on their own. Now, not to make it too lengthy for all of you, I will summarize, I'll try to mention the most fundamental learnings I've had in this little journey of 2 years. And my belief in these learnings has only increased over time. So the first one is to bring out the best. The focus is not on the word best, the focus is on the word bring out. Let's take it with an example. Let's say you are here and I place Virat Kohli beside you. And I give you the best cricket bat in the world, and I give him a bat which is of slightly lower quality. You think you can play better than him? No chance, right? So it is hardly 4 to 5% about what you have in your hands, what resources you have in your hands, what teachers you have, what people you have around you, what schedule you have, what problems you have in your life. It is very little about that. The major part of it is how you deal with them, what you take out of them. We have the same teachers in the class. A total of our almost 100 students if you include both maths and biology sections, but there are only 4 of us here because our attitude towards the same bunch of teachers, towards the same environment, towards the same situations we faced was different. We took it constructively and tried to bring out the best. So your focus should be on the word bring out. Now the second learning I have is it's never, now this statement which I'm about to say is, has the potential to save about 100 academic careers in this room. It's never over until it's actually over. What I mean by this is, I had a mock test precisely 4 weeks before my actual NEET exam. I scored 685 in my NEET exam, and in that mock test 4 weeks before that, I had scored 536. There was around 150 marks difference. And had I been discouraged by that test, I would have not appeared for my NEET exam. Or even if I would have appeared, that confidence wouldn't have been there. So what I kept in mind was that it is not over, my preparation is not over until the day of the exam. Even if now you are feeling discouraged or feeling like it's all over, make sure you keep in mind that nothing is over until you appear for your exam. Things can change at any given moment. And the last thing is force consistency through your ups and downs. It's not about what problems are coming into your life, it's about what you do after those problems have entered your life, how you solve those problems. And consistency is not something trendy or something you can be happy about. Consistency is something which takes effort and which takes very much of pain to follow. Now, to end, the concluding line is a little contradictory to the entire purpose of this meeting here perhaps, but I'll still say it. Life is bigger than any of these exams. So make sure that the greater part of your focus lies on the journey and not on the exam. You should become the type of person who loves studying, who loves learning, and not the type of person who will crack exams. Let's say there was an asteroid that was about to hit on 15 September, right? So let's say if that asteroid hit the Earth and we go to some other planet there, my report cards, my scorecards of all these exams are not necessary. They are not, they don't have any value on that planet or some other place. I'll still build up again a new place, a new score. Because you should aim to be the kind of person who can do such things. You should not necessarily crack an exam, but you should learn to be the kind of person who can do that. Now, to summarize the same concept, I would like to repeat a line that is still echoing in my ears that Father Rosner has been saying since middle school. Academics is a part of life. It sure matters. Academics matters a lot. But what person you are from the inside is what matters the most. So make sure you are a good person from the inside, and the very purpose of our school of growing as a human being should be on top. So thank you so much for your patient listening, and I wish all of you a great future ahead.
Now you have heard the 4 speakers. That is my turn. So I'll pull them one by one, and I'll ask certain questions to them. I'll give the mic to them. I'll be here. They will be there. So I'll be bombing them, and they will be trying to save themselves. First, let Raj Pande come up. Could you come in the center, please? I'd like to get an answer to this question. When you joined in class 11, you remember?
Yes.
There was a lot of reluctancy in you, and your father came once saying that he wants to withdraw you from the school because you were panicking on 2 accounts, that how to prepare and how to take classes together. I said, okay, if you want the TC, I'll give the TC. But why he wants to take it? So he brought you to my office, and we had a long discussion, if you remember.
Yes, sir.
Now, how do you see the day that you asked to leave the school on the occasion that it was too pressurizing, the demands of the school were too high, and you had to cope with the school's norms? You also pointed out that the school hours are very lengthy, from 8:30 in the morning till 3:30, and then you have to play games, you get exhausted. I want an answer to that, how you managed it, and what changed you.
Like at starting when I joined the online coaching, then the classes were from 3 o'clock to 7 o'clock. So I thought that till 3:30 we are on school. So I was a little panicked that how I will manage both classes and schooling. So after, sir, we had discussion. After 2 to 3 weeks, I thought that the subject of PCM is same as in school and as in coaching. The syllabus is almost the same. And in the JEE mains examination especially, chemistry and physics, most are NCERT based. So it was a good revision for me here in school and also in coaching. So I was able to manage them and no other effect it came to me in my life.
I think you can tell it to your youngsters who are sitting there that school is as important as your coaching. He was the one who wanted to withdraw because he wanted to get into the coaching because it started from 3 o'clock. And his father, because parents are puppets in the hands of the children. So the father said, what my son wants, I want to do that. I want to withdraw him. But I did not want him to go away, though I said I'm ready to give the TC, but I didn't want to give it. What is your feeling now?
So like I am feeling very satisfied with my performance, which I had in last 2 years, 11 and 12. And when the JEE result came, many of my friends who went outside Jharkhand to study, they even not qualified JEE mains, and they have taken drop, and again they are studying at home. So that's the important thing. And if you struggle here, 11 and 12, you will get surely success, because the subjects which you are studying, that will definitely be help in the examination.
Thank you, Harsh. You can take your seat, but I may call you again. All right. Yes, Father.
Yes. I said hers was my student, so I know I was teaching him maths. I don't want to say that what happened there, but as he was balancing both sides. Out of 20 marks, definitely he was getting less, but I knew he's a hard-working fellow. Always thinking, whenever sitting in the class, I could see the way he was working in the maths. That means a thinking child, creative child. His struggle I knew, and I knew that definitely he is going to succeed, but in the 11th class, we were asking for a score, he was not there to get out of 2020. But here now, totally different person. So we don't remember what has happened here. We see now where he is. Thank you.
I think if, yes, you can appreciate that. I think that there was a catchword, if you have caught it, what Harsh said. That initially he thought that his coaching is more important than his schooling. But later on he realized that what he learns in school is a good time to go home and revise on the coaching platform. So it's an additive. There is a new trend these days of non-schooling. Now you heard from him, most of his friends who did non-schooling has to take a year drop. Now we are not trying to advertise ourselves, please. Don't understand that we are trying to advertise. We are just trying to give you real life examples. A perfect example. I'd now like to call Rajkumar Rana. Did you ever get into my office for any reason?
Yes, sir.
Could you recall?
Sir, one time when, during the Teacher's Day, when I was in 11th, then due to some, I can say like, I don't know why we were forced, we were taken into like, we have committed something, but actually we did not do anything that time. That time, sir, you interrogated us, and also it was a diary remark for all of us there.
Right. So I'm a disciplinarian, you know that. I don't spare anyone, whether it is a bright student, average student, or below average. If you are there, if you have done something, you will be pulled up. Now, did you take part in games and sports?
In 12th, sir, yes, I have taken part.
You enjoyed?
Yes, sir.
Now, during your medical in NDA, as I have heard, your postural defect was found. Postural defect.
Yes, sir.
And you have been marked to rectify it.
Yes, sir.
Could you narrate what have you been marked by the medical team?
Actually, in surgical department, it was found that I had scoliosis of 12 degrees. The army standards is of 10 degree, but it is now 2 degree more.
Right, that is a postural defect. That's the reason why we teachers in the classroom tell you, sit straight. Many a times, what will you do? That's a postural defect. All right? You cannot afford to get into such high-ranking officials unless and until you are medically fit. So that's very important that you keep your postures right while you study, be on a chair. But I know you students, your study table is your bed, your dining table is your bed, and your relaxing table is also your bed. I have visited various houses and I have found that there is a small table which comes onto the bed, which is your study table, your dining table, and all table. All right? Postural position is very important. Now, when did you go into your SSB group discussion? What was the most challenging task for you?
Sir, in SSB, sir, in group discussion, there is a major thing which happens like all the 9 to 10 members speak at once. You need to give a particular practical point so that all of them listen to you and you can make your point in their mind. That is the most difficult part in that very topic, sir.
Means you are trying to say that you have to figure out of the others. You have to prove yourself that you are to be heard.
Yes, sir.
Can you do that by raising your voice?
No, sir. Raising voice cannot even, like if you raise, then definitely it will be a negative marking.
Right. So what do you need to do?
Sir, I said like, I found that one thing like when everyone was speaking, after a certain time, everyone just becomes silent after their point is finished. I keep my point at that very point and it becomes very clear to all of them.
Exactly. What we are trying to say, raising your voice does not help you. You have to be logical and you have to be analytical so that your group discussion is based and surrounded around your discussion. How many participants were there in the SSB?
Sir, firstly on the first day, 70 have participated. But
70.
Yes, sir.
All right.
And then 33 went out on the very first day.
On the very first day, 33 were knocked out, all right?
And after that, 37 remained, and in the final day, only 6 were selected.
So he got selected in the SSB out of 70, the 6. What was the role of school in your SSB?
Sir, firstly, sir, not here, sir, but in my previous school, I was class monitor, discipline in charge many times. Like in my conference, where 15 to 16 officers were sitting just in front of me, the whole conference went on. I have written in my PIQ form that I have been discipline in charge, and this whole conference went out on these topics also. Only like how did you manage? What are the activities you do in your school? All of these interview also and conference also. The schooling helped a lot, sir.
Exactly. Whether you are from St. Xavier's or KVS or from Vivekanand or Angel High, hardly matters. But your school life do matters. Your role as a leader in the school do matters. Your participation in extracurricular activities do matter. Your time out to reach out to others do matter. And therefore we have the LTS, the Tarumitra, the Interact clubs and others. When you go to an interview and say, I was a member of the school LTS, they will definitely ask you, what did you do? What is this LTS? As he says, he was a discipline in charge. What was his officials asking him? What did you do? So your schooling is a very important factor, and therefore parents try to choose the best school for their wards so that they are groomed well, So I think you have narrated what I wanted to ask. Yes, Father, you can add.
Another gentleman here. How you were selected to St. Xavier's, I tell you. Test was taken. Usually in the merit badge, we see that maths number. Certainly, I think he was out of 3. I don't remember, but definitely first or second. And I was surprised he had beaten the Xavier students in his test. But when I saw in interview, very quiet, I said, yeah. Then when he was attending the class, silent, but his performance was very good. Always in the test, he was there, definitely above 17 and all. Another thing I observed, good in studies, but I don't think I saw you in extempore or any elocution. Did you take part any time? Otherwise, initial stage I don't see. But now, again, hearing him so fluently speaking, at least, which I did not expect in the class because he didn't open his mouth. But here, now, this is the progress. Those who realize the importance of speaking, they will go ahead. And definitely, whatever is happening, he was paying attention silently, and that's why in the interview he could stand. He could at least recall the things, whatever happening here, and definitely that matter would have helped you, I suppose, in elocution and extemporaries. These are the things we teach you. Don't ignore those things, simple things. All are individual, as Aditya was saying, all individuals. We understand where you stand. We don't look for all should get above 90, otherwise all would not have been here. We know that, but don't ignore when things are asked of you, guided you. Follow those things, and certainly they will come. Thank you.
Let me now take up Dianu Gorov. These days, people generally have a belief that if they go to a IIT making factory at Kota or Allen or Fitzy, they're the ones who get success. You got 99.4. You were the state topper. You were awarded with the Chief Minister's scholarship of 2,25,000 and a laptop. Why did you choose to come back to the school where you have already spent 11 years?
So the school is like a second home to me, and also I don't feel that the importance and relevance of Kota and other outside offline coaching centers is that much at present date because of the coming of online platforms and other free materials on YouTube, etc. Because that the content level is at par at both the places. The only thing that matters is that what work you do on yourself and what you bring on the table.
All right, let me ask you another question. Your brother, Dianu Gorov, who is rightly in BHU doing his second year of medical. He also got into medical on the very first go. How much did that help you in your studies?
So it was like he paved the way for me and I had to just walk.
He showed you the way and you just hold the hand. Can I expect the same from you, that you pave the way for your juniors?
Yes, sir.
How will you do that?
Sir, I'm available on any social media platform they can contact.
All right. So he got an edge. His brother was also here, Dianu Gorov, and he also scored a very good marks in his first attempt, and he got into medical, and he is rightly in BHU. Now, you mentioned, because his rank was little higher than yours, so he got into BHU. What was that one thing that did not make you go? I told you, if you remember, when your brother got in there, I told you, he is BHU, I look into AIMS. So what is one thing that put you down?
Sir, I scored...
Was there a little distraction in your 12th standard?
No, sir, I don't think so. But
All right, so what was that one thing that...
Sir, personally, I scored higher than him, so I thought that I would be getting a better rank. But after the results of NEET, I was pretty disappointed seeing that I got a lower rank than him.
Now, if you remember, you told me that you knew few answers, some 10 answers, which you left out or you missed out. What was that you lost that? Because you, as soon as you came out of the exam hall, you said that, oh, I missed it. So what was that in the exam hall that you could not comprehend what you were trying to do?
Sir, personally, I feel that in competitive exam, more than knowledge, the temperament and the peace of mind on the day of examination matters. So for me was that I did very well in all subjects except physics, because I left physics for the last, and I thought that I'll do well in that because I was pretty comfortable in physics. I thought that it's an easy subject, but I got panicked when 1 or 2 questions started to miss out, and suddenly at the end of the time I realized that I had left a lot of questions.
Very good. Now, having chosen this field as to serve for others, if you can get your memento in your hand and read out what I have written there. If you could read out what I have written there.
Congratulations on your remarkable achievement. Your journey to healing the world has just begun. Every life saved is a victory of knowledge, compassion, and persistence.
Now, I just want to know from those words, what does it mean to you?
So I think that the job the job profile which I have chosen is a very noble job, and more than money, saving lives and the feeling of content matters, which comes from serving.
That's the Xaverian ethos. More than money, service to humanity matters. Thank you very much.
It's good to share my observations too. You may think that I'm sitting inside and I don't know anything. See, first of all, definitely up to class 10, as a student, I knew him. Certainly, academically, I knew that this boy, but when he scored the top he got the Jharkhand level, definitely. That part, he proved himself. Coming to 11 at this side, 11 and 12, as you know that you have a selection of monitors. So I found majority vote for him. But again, I have not seen him outspoken like in the stage and all. Selecting prefects, we need a person at least who is taking part, fluent in speaking, communicating, and managing also group. So in that, this is not I'm demeritating him, but in my mind it was there that at least he has proved what he is, character-wise fantastic. There is nothing, no blameless fellow. So in selecting a monitor, there is no problem. But only to that, so that's why actually I'm telling him that I put him the vice captain. Otherwise, elocution, everything, he deserved that, but only for that. But academically side, I had no issue, and he proved first, even now also he proved, and he has proved what he is. Otherwise, not like Bihar board, one who is topping there, and then going to school, he didn't know what the word is. So this is what happens. So show your calibers too. Sometimes maybe I missed it. I could not pick up his whatever inside his skills. But still, I suppose you are happy to be vice captain. Thank you.
Let me now pin down the last person, Aditya Arav. I have a couple of questions for you. You took PCMB, as you said, PCBM, because B was more important than M. Then you said that M you like, mathematics you like, you love it. My question is, who motivated you to take JEE Mains and Advance?
So initially, when I took mathematics, I had a very vague idea. Like right now, speaking of now, I cannot decide after 5.5 years will I take neurology or radiology in my post-graduation for medical. So in a similar way, I could not decide whether or not I'll appear for JEE while I was taking maths. The only reason I took maths was because it would have been better than any other choice for my optional subjects. But when, by the end of the session, one random day in class, Manoj sir came up and, not to me, but to the entire class, biology section, he said, how many of you all have maths as your optional? And we raised hands and he said, you all go and appear for the JEE exam. It was a little before January attempt. It was in November. And Manoj sir said, go and appear for the JEE exam. And I was planning to appear, but I was not very confident. In fact, I thought nobody should know I'll appear for the exam. Because if I appear and I score bad, I will not share that with anyone.
Because that you could not take up the failures, no?
No, I mean, it was a little difficult to acknowledge failure, yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay.
So Manoj sir told me. And that time I was a little stressed out because I knew that maths is not my main subject and I won't be able to perform so good. And that was a clash in opinions, right? My opinion was I wouldn't be able to perform for JEE. And Manoj sir and even Amar sir, he oftentimes in the class, he came up to me and he looked, and he said, Ki, you will be able to crack JEE. But I did not believe that. I felt something else and my teachers felt something else. And by the end of it, I realized my learning from this was my teachers knew me better than me. They saw my performance for someone who has had such a great experience and who has seen me for 2 long years. I'm sure they can predict my future better than I can. So that was my takeaway.
So he has more confidence in his teachers than himself. That's what he says. I think the teachers may be very pleased. Let us give a big round of applause for our teachers then. Now, when the results came up of the first JEE, I got to know from one of the teachers that Aditya Arav has scored 99.4 percentile. 1, a 99.1 percentile. I sank down because teachers are selfish, no? I, being a biology teacher, would like to produce more doctors than engineers. So I asked him, are you not interested in biology? Are you not going to give the NEET exam? So he said, why not, sir? You got 99.1, that means you are going to get a good engineering college, maybe NIT Trichy, NIT Warangal. So he said, no, I gave the exam because I wanted to see how my physics and chemistry is going. Biology I'm managing. So you need not be afraid of exams. That's what I am trying to say. You need not be afraid of exams. Give as many exams as you wish, because that exam will help you to get more grinding on your own topics. So his main aim to do that. So I asked him, are you going to give the second JEE? Yes, I will. I was a little disappointed. Because I thought then if you get a better percentile than that, he will definitely, then he said, no, I will do medical, you be assured. Then when the medical exams went over, the advance came up. So I said, are you going to take the advance? Yes. So that's the killer instinct that I see in him. I think he needs an appreciation. Now, Aditya, there is a common complaint from these students that the school hours are too long. It starts at 8:30 and sometimes it ends at 3:30. Sometimes because of the practicals it may go up till 4. And there has been many parents who are pressurizing, why don't you change the timing of the school for at least the +2 section, so that they can get time to do their coaching. But I have often seen you in the school from 7 in the morning till 5:30 in the evening. What was that made you stay in the school for so long? And how do you see the timing of the school?
So firstly, the complaint of the school hours being long is very metaphorical, but nobody complains the dumbbells being heavy at the gym, right? The dumbbells are heavy, that will hurt your hands, but that will happen for 1 or 2 weeks. By the end of it, it is you who will end up being stronger. And there are 2 important reasons. The first one is you look at it at 2 years and you feel like the school is there for 2 years. But in reality, you are free in December. After December, you have 24 hours to yourself. And trust me, when you have done schooling and done everything, you have enjoyed a life, when you have enjoyed your entire school life, and then you go home by 4 or 5, and after that you start studying, then your productivity is higher. You force yourself into being productive. You need to complete all the tasks in that given time frame. And if you don't do, non-schooling is, it might sound rude, but non-schooling sounds like gambling to me. You either end up being super productive or you completely go downhill. So the school hours, oftentimes there were, several performances on stage, some music, some singing, and I was there with the instruments. So oftentimes our house captain Vaibhav used to call me, like, do it for the house, do it for this and that. And even Divanshu and Aditi used to call me for various performances on other occasions. So there have been many days where I come to school a little early. I need to start getting ready and doing things around 7 so that I reach school by 7:30 or something. And in the departure, it was my weakness. I acknowledge that personally it was my weakness that if I hear the sound of the basketball dribbling, I cannot control myself. So I went there and I did not realize when it was 4:30 or 5 p.m. and by the time I went home, it was 5:15. Now, the basketball practice or the basketball games might seem like a waste of time and energy draining, but it's quite contrary to that. They actually help me feel more energized. And trust me, if you have a life, when I close my books and I look around me and I have a life which I can call my school life, that encourages you a lot in the long run. So that helped me a lot. And even for college, those who have non-schooling right now or something, and if you suddenly get into college will be from 9 to 5. College is completely brutal. For me, it will be 9 to 5, and I talked to Harsh, his college was around 5:30 something. 8 to 5:30, that's even worse, right? But there are breaks in between, but the long period of time for which you'll have to survive there is very difficult. And trust me, schooling is a natural experience. Don't make it unnatural for yourself. Have 8 hours, enjoy your school life, spend 1/3 of your life in school. That is how most people grow. That's it.
Thank you, Aditya. I have many more questions, but I'll stop you here. I'll ask Father to add up something.
Yeah, another person. At least I saw him participate in all the co-curricular activities. The debate, the speaking skill, definitely you heard as he speaks. Even the basketball with this figure. But he was there, sweating, you could see, but that person was there. So definitely academically I did not have any problem because I knew his whole where he stands. Behavior was also never any problem. So the person, that's what I recognize him. And the good thing I saw him, self-confidence. And self-confidence, not overconfidence. Self-confidence is not the overconfidence. He knows his strength, where he can stand, and he knows that he is going to do. That's what he calls self-confidence. Not having overconfidence, where you do not know the reality of yourself, but you feel that I know. Not that. So at least take that lesson. Thank you.
Thank you, Father, for concluding so nicely. Now it is open to the House. We have very little time. If there are 1 or 2 questions, we can address it. They will be happy to, because yes, could somebody reach that mic there? We will be pretty fast on this. You just name the person you want to ask the question, and the person will address it.
Like anyone can answer. My question is in general form. Like you all got succeeded in your first attempt. What if not? Like I personally feel if what I did not crack NEET in first attempt, should I take drop? Because most of your opinions were after taking drop also people do not succeed. Like they do not attempt. Like productivity decreased most probably.
So what if you do not do it in the first attempt is your question, right? What if you do it in the first attempt, and what if you never think about not being able to do it in the first attempt? Because once you take a drop, you'll have time for that. Your question is, maybe your question might be the most accurate question, but this is not the most accurate time to ask that question. Once you, after your NEET results, you'll have that time to decide for yourself. There is enough time. Look at us, we are all unemployed right now. We are into colleges, but we are not into colleges yet. And almost everyone has this scene right now. You'll have days, weeks and months to decide it, right? And I'm not saying it's good to decide it later, but it's detrimental to decide it right now. It's harmful. the moment you let this thought slide into your brain, that what if this happens, what if something negative happens, you start losing hope, you start leaving things. You start believing that you will do it, you will take a drop, which is not necessary. Remove this thought till your exam. Till your exam, forget where you are standing right now, just keep studying.
Okay, anybody else wants to ask anything?
Sir, you want to ask?
Yes?
I would like to say that the first attempt is the best attempt because you have full energy, confidence, and you have full fresh mind, and the concepts are really like fresh, and you can answer most of the questions which are in the exams. So the maximum energy which you will give in that is the first attempt.
Thank you. My question is from Aditya Bhaiya. Like, I've always seen you indulged in all the activities of the school, and then you say that we should focus on all the main subjects. So I want to ask you how?
I personally think 24 hours are enough, and also it's not that I was there for 365 days in the basketball court. I was not there for 365 days under the jackfruit tree practicing guitar. I was not there 365 days. I'll tell you, there are days, in fact, this is what people don't notice, right? What people think is that people, the successful ones, they don't have problems incoming. The thing is, they have the problems incoming, but they don't, the way they react to those problems is different, right? Most of you might not even remember or might have not noticed, I had fractured my left leg and I was out of school for about 25 days or something in the month of September last year. And I could not do anything there. And after that, my marks really deteriorated. I was scoring in almost borderline single digits in those 20-mark assessments. And after that, I slowly and gradually came up. There are ups and downs. There will be ups and downs. Your aim right now should be to make sure at the end of every, you should have a time every day. One fixed time where you sit down and retrospect. Look back and see that my performance till now, what is the level of my performance at this point, and will this same speed allow me to reach my target in the designated time frame. Do it on an everyday basis and you'll surely know what to cut off. There are times when I have cut off 1 or 2 of my activities. But then when I am back at my, let's say I have some backlogs, I cut off my activities and then go home and study more. There are days like that. But there are also days when I'm happy with my academics, current situation, the temporary situation of my academics, so I'm able to give time to other activities.
We'll take one more question. There's a girl who raised her hand there. Please raise the mic there. Because we have little time and the departure is at 12, so we will try to close it on time. This is the last question that I'm taking up now.
So my question is for Divyanshu Bhaiya and Aditya Bhaiya. I want to opt for PCB in my 11th, but I'm quite scared to opt physics as I'm not good at maths. So how do I overcome the thought physics?
You are afraid of physics, not the vice principal of that side. All right, so you can answer it now. At least you are afraid of physics, not of me.
Yeah.
Okay. Could you answer?
Most of the cases, people have this generalized opinion that I am not good at maths, so I'll take biology and I'll survive. Not to make you, I'm not trying to make your situation worse, but trust me, if you try to escape maths and then take physics as a subject, this is very difficult to survive. You'll have to give more time to physics, right? Then you'll have to acknowledge the disrupted ratios. Now, what is a disrupted ratio? I mean to say is, if you're studying 6 hours a day, what I imagine in the beginning of class 11th is that I'll study 2 hours physics, 2 hours chemistry, 2 hours biology. Right? But that is not how it works. PCB students mostly need to give 50% of the time to physics and the remaining time is distributed in chemistry and biology. In PCM stream, it is for like more than 50% time to maths and the remaining time to physics and chemistry. That's what I've heard from most of my friends. So make sure that you don't try to give, you need to recognize that all of your subjects are unique. And if some subject requires extra time, don't hesitate in giving that extra time. You'll have to make extra efforts. So PCB will not be a complete cakewalk for you, especially the physics part is going to be difficult. But that is also an advantage. You know why? Because in NEET, if you need to score something around 99 percentile in biology, you'll have to score 355 out of 360, something like that. Only one mistake. But for physics, even if you score 150 or 160, you can get around 99 percentile, because physics also brings the merit that everyone is weak at that. Everyone, it is a tough subject in general for biology stream. So everyone is weak, the percentile is what matters. So make sure you keep studying that, and eventually you will get it.
Thank you.
Join in, we'll see to it. Okay. Do the boys have any question? The girls have asked. Is last question from, if there are any boy who want to ask. Yes. That will be the last one. And I'll ask the speaker to be in brief.
Although I've opted for commerce, but my question is a general one. We often face times in our life when we are not consistent enough with our work. We feel down. We feel that we won't be able to do it. In such times, how should we keep on going? How should we persist? How should we be persistent and keep on having that perseverance spirit? How to keep it up?
Like, you should know why you have started certain goal, and at that time you should think that when I started the goal, then we, especially you, and you have to achieve that. For achieving only you have started. So that keeps you self-motivated, and that keeps you confident in that.
Thank you.
All right. Looking at my watch, it looks like that we have exhausted the time that was given to us. Thank you to all the achievers who are on the stage, the listeners who are there. Today you are that side, tomorrow you will be this side. So with that hope, we would like to close, but I'll request the control room to go to the last slide, please. This is a proud movement for St. Xavier's. Jharkhand Rajya Alpasankhyak Ayog Ranchi, सम्मान पत्र सेंट जेवियर स्कूल हजारीबाग को शैक्षणिक के क्षेत्र में सराहनीय कार्य के लिए सम्मान पत्र प्रदान किया जाता है. This was 2 days before. The principal was honored at Ranchi by the Minister of the Alpasankyak Ayog. I am very happy to hand over this Samman Patra as a token of appreciation from all of us. Let us give him a big round of applause. That honor does not come to the principal by just luck. It comes by the hard work of so many. It includes the teaching faculty, the administrators, the students, parents, ground staff, support staff, and office staff. So that honor is to all of us. So let the hall echo. I think this small step of ours has been a little motivation to you. Hope to organize such events only if you permit and come out with these achievements. With that hope, let us come to an end. Thank you once and all for your cooperation, support, and I hope your dedications will sign up. Thank you once again. Thank you, everyone. Now let us leave the auditorium in an orderly manner. Girls from this end, boys from the other end, and the students of 10th standard from the back.